Hello everybody. Today we will learn about probability. Probability means chance of happening. To learn probability, first we have to know some basic definition. Number one, first random experiment. Random experiment. Random experiment. What is random experiment? An experiment for which we know in priori all the possible results or outcome, but we cannot predict which result will take place at a particular performance. We know all the possible results or outcome, but we cannot say which result will take place at a particular performance. That is, we cannot say before the experiment of the experiment, we cannot say which result will take place. For example, tossing a coin. When we toss a coin, the two possible outcomes are head or tail. Any one must occur, either head occur or tail occur. But we cannot say which result, head or tail, will take place before the experiment. Such experiment is a random experiment. Another example is rolling a die. Die means cube. The cube of the game Ludo, perfect cube. There are 6 faces, numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you roll a die, the 6 results or 6 outcomes may happen. Possible outcomes are 6. These outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. But before the rolling, we cannot say which result will take place. Exactly which result will take place. Such an experiment is called random experiment. The results or the outcomes associated with a random experiment is known as event. Event. The result or outcomes associated with a random experiment is called event. In case of tossing a coin, when we toss a coin, head or tail, there are 2 possible outcomes. These are events. Head is an event, is an event, and tail is also an event. Events are of 2 types. Number 1, simple event, and number 2, compound event. Simple event and compound event. Now, simple event, the event which cannot be break down into 2 or more events, is called simple event. Simple event sometimes are called event point or sample point. Compound event is the event which is formed by the combinations of 2 or more simple events, that is, which can be decomposed into 2 or more simple events. It's called compound events. Suppose in case of throwing a die, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there are 6 simple events. All are simple events. But in case of throwing a die, same experiment, if we denote A is a event, odd phase. Odd phase means 1 odd phase, 3 odd phase, 5 odd phase, 1, 2, 1, 3 or 5. This is compound because it is composed of 3 simple events, 1, 3 and 5. So there are 3 event points in the compound event A. So it is a compound event. So simple events and compound event. So random experiment and event are of two types, simple events and compound event. Now event space is the set in which contains all the simple events of a random experiment. Let suppose E is a random experiment. Then the set is called event space if S contains all the event points. S contains all the event points of E associated with the random experiment. E consists of all the event points. In case of throwing a die or rolling a die, the event space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 event points. In case of tossing a coin, event space is head and tail. In case of tossing a coin twice or tossing two coins simultaneously, event space is head, first is head, second is head, tail, first is head but second coin shows tail, head, first coin shows tail and second coin shows head, also tail, both shows tail. When we toss a coin three times, then the event space head, first is head, second is head, third is head, tail, head, tail, also tail, head, first is tail, second is head, third is head, tail, head and tail. There are 8 outcomes or 8 event points. 3 coins, when we toss 3 coins, the total number of event points is 2 cube, that is 8. When we toss a coin twice, then event points is 2 power 4, that is 4. Total number of event points 4 and 1 means 2 power 1. 1 die, total number of event points 6 power 1, 6. If we roll 2 dice or a dice twice, then total number of event points will be 36. Then event space contains 36 number of event points. Similarly, when we roll 3 dice, then total number of event points will be 6 cube, that is 216. When we roll 2 dice, first dice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Second dice can also be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, anyone. So the event space will be 1, 1, first 1, second 1, 1, 2, first 1, second 2, 1, 3 and 1, 6. Similarly, first is 2, second is 1, first is 2, second is 2, like this, 2, 6. Now first is 3, first is 4, first is 5, first is 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 6. Total 36. Total number of event points is 36. This is event space. So we learn random experiment, events, simple events, compound event and event space. And now impossible event. An event which will not occur at any performance is called impossible event. Impossible event is generally denoted by the symbol phi, null event, which will not occur at all, any performance. So, impossible event example, in case of tossing a coin, the event we denote by A equal to head and tail, head and tail, that is H intersection T, H mid T. This is impossible because head and tail can simultaneously occur. So it is impossible event. The probability of impossible event obviously 0. There is no chance of happening of impossible event. Now, certain event or sure event, the event which always occur at every performance is called sure event or certain event. In case of tossing a coin, the event we denote a head or tail, one event, head or tail. Obviously it is certain event because for any performance or any trial, head or tail happens, either head or tail, one must occur. So head or tail is a certain event. The probability of certain event is obviously 1. Now, mutually exclusive events, mutually exclusive events, mutually exclusive events, two events A and B associated with a random experiment are called mutually exclusive if they do not occur simultaneously. That is, if A occur, B will not occur. If B occur, A will not occur. They do not occur simultaneously. That is, they are disjoint events. In this case, A and B are mutually exclusive if A intersection B is null event. That is, A and B do not occur simultaneously. A meet B is null event. Mutually exclusive event. Now, exhaustive events. The events, suppose the events A1, A2, A3, ... AN associated with a random experiment are said to be exhaustive. If the union of these events is even space. That is, the union of these events are even space. In case of rolling a die, there are 6 events. So let us take 3 events: A equal to 1 and 2, B 3, 4, and C equals to 4, 5, 6. If we join them, then we will get all the event points of a experiment rolling a die. This equals to S in the case of rolling a die. So A, B, and C are exhaustive events. Equally likely events. 2 events A and B are said to be equally likely if their chance of happening are same. Again, in case of a random experiment, the event points must be equally likely. That is, their chance of happening must be same. Suppose in case of rolling a die, the die should be unbiased. Unbiased means the chance of happening of all the event points are same. That is, they are equally likely. Now, the definitions of probability, classical definition or mathematical definition. Let suppose E be a random experiment and S is the event space, then S contain suppose ns number of event points. Cardinal number of S, ns is the number of event points or simple events contains in S, and A be any event associated with the random experiment E. A may be simple event or compound event. Suppose A contains any number of event points, that is, number of event points favorable to A is n. Then the probability of the event A is denoted by PA and is defined by NA divided by NS. The number of event points in the event A divided by total number of event points, that is, number of event points in the sample space or event space, provided ns not equal to 0 and ns not equal to infinity. That is, number of event points must be, number of event point in the set S must be finite, This is the classical definition or mathematical definition. There are some drawbacks of classical and mathematical definitions. Here, the events associated with the random experiment must be equally likely and must be performed in similar conditions, and the total number of event points, that is, the event points in the event space S, must be finite. It must be whole. Now, obviously, in a number of events are always less or equal to S, ns, and since it is number always greater than or equal to 0, then dividing by ns is positive, so we can divide in inequality ns by ns. This equals to PA, probability of A less than equals to 1, 0. That is, the probability of an event always lies between 0 and 1. PA equal to 0 imply A is impossible event or null event. PA equal to 1 imply A is certain event or sure event. For other cases, PA must lies between 0 and 1. Now, complementary event, complement of an event. Let A be a random experiment and E be a random experiment and A be an event associated with E random experiment, S is event space, A is any event, then the complement of the event A is denoted by A, C or A dash, and it is defined by S minus A. S minus A. Complement of A means A will not occur. A will not occur. That is, if this is the event space and A is the event, then complement is S minus A. This is a complement. Obviously, A union A complement equal to S and A intersection A complement equals to phi null event. A and A complement simultaneously do not occur simultaneously. In this case, A union A complement equal to S, so A and A complement are exhaustive. A intersection A complement equal to phi, so A and A complement are mutually exclusive. So A and A complement are exhaustive and mutually exclusive. Exhaustive and mutually exclusive. Now, A union A complement equal to S equal to S. So, probability of A union A complement equal to NS, PS. We can say here, since N union A complement S, cardinal number of A union A complement equal to NS. Since A and A complement are disjoint, therefore cardinal number of A union A complement means cardinal number of A plus cardinal number of A complement equal to NS. Now dividing by NS both sides, NA by NS plus NA complement by NS equal to NS by NS. This equal to PA, this equals to PA complement equal to 1. Therefore, PA complement equals to 1 minus PA. PA complement equal to 1 minus PA. Now, suppose A and B are two events. A is subset B. A is subset B. This is A and this is B. Then this portion is B minus A. Then we can say B equal to A union this portion is B minus A, or B intersection A complement. We also call this B intersection A complement. A complement means outside A and intersection B means this portion. B intersection A also called B minus A, or B intersection B minus A intersection B. B intersection A. Then we take probability on both sides. Then probability of B equals to this A and this. A and B intersection A complement are disjoint. This is A and this is B intersection A complement disjoint. So probability is PA plus P B intersection A complement. Then PB minus PA equals to P B intersection A complement, always greater than or equal to 0. Therefore PB greater than or equal to PA. This implies PA subset less than equal to PB. That is, if A subset B, then probability of A less than or equal to PB. Now for any two events A and B, any two events A and B, suppose this is A, this is B, A, B, then this equal to A intersection B, and this equals to A minus A intersection B, and this equals to B minus A intersection B, B minus A intersection B. Then again, this is first case, and if A and B are disjoint, suppose A and B are disjoint, A contains n number of event points and B contains nb number of event points. A and B disjoint means mutually exclusive. Then A union B cardinal number, this equals to Na plus Nb, obviously, dividing both sides by Ns, Na union B divided by Ns equals to Na by Ns plus Nb by Ns. This imply P of probability of A intersection B equals to probability of A plus probability of B. That is, if A and B are mutually exclusive, then the probability of their union equals to sum of their individual probabilities, that is probability of A plus probability of B. Remember it. So in this case, if A and B, any two events overlapping, then we can say here A union B equal to A minus A intersection B, this portion, union A intersection B, this portion, union B minus A intersection B, this portion. These three events are mutually exclusive, that is disjoint. So probability of A union B, we can say this is probability of A minus A intersection B plus probability of this is A intersection B, A intersection B plus probability of B minus A intersection B, since these three events are disjoint or mutually exclusive. Now P A union B, this A minus A intersection B, in the from this set A, consider this, A can be written as A minus A intersection B, this portion, union A intersection B, these two are disjoint. So if we take probability, then this will be P A minus A intersection B plus P of A intersection B. From here we can say P of A minus A intersection B equal to PA minus P A intersection B. Now for PA minus A intersection B, we can put PA minus PA intersection B, PA minus PA intersection B plus PA intersection B. Similarly, this is PB minus PB minus PA intersection B. This will cancel, so it will be PA plus PB minus PA intersection B. So we have got the formula, very important formula, PA union B equals to PA plus PB minus PA intersection B. PA plus PB minus PA intersection B. Okay, this is the probability of union of any two events equals to PA plus PB minus PA intersection. Obviously, if A and B are disjoint, then the PA intersection B equal to 0. If A and B are disjoint or mutually exclusive, then A intersection B is null. A and B cannot occur simultaneously, so A intersection B null, their probability is 0. So it will be PA union B equals to PA plus PB. Okay, so this is the probability, the basic concepts. In the next class, I'll give you some problems regarding probability. Okay, thank you.